The seven deadly sins are very popular and everybody should know about them. But if you don't, which I'd be surprised, it's pride, greed, lust, envy, gluttony, wrath, and sloth. These sins are used in so many different medias. You got ReZero, you got Hell of a Boss, you got Has Been Hotel, those things, right? You got the seven deadly sins itself, the anime. But basically, what I'm saying is very popular, and it makes sense that it's so popular because these sins are just they look down upon, and it's understandable for them to look down upon because majority of these sins are self-sufficient and they disregard other people. Now, for a long time, I was confused about one of them, which was gluttony, because all the other ones they seem understandable, but gluttony, like overeating and over drinking, why is that such a bad sin? But the more I dig into, the more I start thinking about it, it makes so much sense because basically gluttony and sloth kind of goes together. Because imagine some fat ass kid, fat ass adult. That kid or adult is just sitting down on their bed, just munching on these snacks and doing nothing for their life. But they just love the food so much that they just go continue to sit inside the bed, to sit inside their chair, and continue eating, continue drinking, and produce nothing. I used to be a fat ass kid. I used to be like 240, 245 pounds 3, 4 years ago. And I didn't look super big, but I felt the effects of me just over consuming and over drinking, quote unquote. I don't drink alcohol, but over drinking like sodas and root beer flows and stuff like that. I just felt so slow and lethargic. I just felt tired all the time. I was so heavy. When I went to the gym 3 years ago, I struggled with 5 pound dumbbells, even though I was bigger than what I am right now. I looked bigger, so I looked like I was able to curl the same amount of weight I'm curling right now. It was just such a bizarre feeling back then, compared to now at least. So if you are someone who is going through this same problem of just feeling like you need to overindulge inside of food, or you need to overindulge inside like sodas or smoothies or milkshakes and stuff like that, just anything that you're over consuming that's going into your body, then this video is for you because I used to be in your position. My name is Lee, and my mission is to help young men who were inside a similar position as a younger version of me to help them get out of this state and become better. So recently what I've been doing is 1 meal a day, which is self-explanatory. You just don't eat for majority of the day, and then when you feel super hungry, usually in the afternoon, you just eat one ginormous meal. I just got done eating one ginormous meal 3 hours ago, and I'm still full. Throughout the day, I did feel a little bit hungry, but not so hungry because I was actually doing stuff, which is kind of crazy because that feeling when you don't have no food inside your system, so you're just super hungry, you're starving, so you just don't want to do anything. You gotta actually ignore that feeling and do more stuff so that this feeling doesn't overconsume you, so the gluttony doesn't eat you so that you eat more. It's kind of ironic. If you just do more stuff throughout your day, you won't feel hungry. And then once you get to this point where you feel just super hungry and you eat just a ton of food in that one sitting, you'll feel full for the rest of the day. It's amazing. But that does take a certain level of discipline. And if you are brutally honest with yourself and you like I don't think I had the discipline to do that, then that's totally fine. Instead of the 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you can have your breakfast later and do your dinner at its normal time usually. So basically what I did for like 2 years straight was just skip breakfast. I would go into school and I just never eat breakfast, and I still don't eat breakfast to this day, but of course I don't because it's not 1 meal a day. I did this even when I was fat. I just did not eat breakfast at school. So I was unintentionally helping my body get used to not having to eat all the time, even though I was eating all the time back then. So once I have this tension to skip breakfast and delay it to later in the day when I'm actually hungry. I'm not just eating because most people eat breakfast because it's just hardwired into their schedule. But this hardwired into their schedule, these people usually eat the wrong kind of foods the first thing in their day. And if you eat the wrong kind of foods the first thing in your day, then your cravings will start to increase for more of these sweet, savory foods that's just going to continue to make you more fat, to continue your gluttony that we want to avoid. And this baby stop hitting the oh my goodness. Uh, Anyways, as I was saying, eat your breakfast, and you should break your fast with something that's also savory, but like it saturates you, right? If we put it inside Minecraft terms, saturation is what regenerates your health. Saturation should last a long time. And what saturates your body or saturates your character in Minecraft is usually steaks, other meats like that. But other things do, carrots. So basically, if it's inside of Minecraft, you should start off with that as your breakfast. I know this Minecraft diet trend is kind of going popular again on Instagram, like TikTok and stuff like that. But it's true. If you follow the Minecraft diet, then you will avoid gluttony, because like those are items that you really don't want to overconsume. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm just a person who's very extreme on eating stuff, or extreme on anything that I find new, right? So when I used to not like eggs, so when I started to eat eggs, I would eat 10 of them per day. So I was very gluttonous on the eggs. But now, since I settled down, I don't even eat eggs all too often. I don't eat steaks all too often, but I do eat proteins like meats, steaks, and fish, and eggs, stuff like that, occasionally. But it's always in smaller portions because those smaller portions saturates me so that I can continue throughout my day not even having to think about food. Because imagine someone always thinking about food. That's how I used to be. I always thought about food. Now, I do bring up food into typical conversations now because I work at a restaurant. I gotta bring up food occasionally because that's where I work at. But going off topic, you don't want to always to be thinking about food. You don't want to always have the cravings for some more sweet food. Instead, you want to be satiated with some whole foods or just foods that are inside of Minecraft if that's easier for you. The first meal should usually be a smaller meal, and the second meal should be a bigger meal. But if you want to eat a bigger meal for your breakfast, then just eat a smaller meal for the dinner, because you don't want to still don't want to overeat even if it's good food. I hope this video helps, and I hope your gears inside your mind is starting to move to see these patterns that you do that inevitably make you start to overeat, because it's like a very hard thing to stop yourself from doing it, because I still do it occasionally, but it's such a good reward when you don't overeat, when you're just full throughout the day and you just feel good, you feel strong, you feel mighty. Like recently I just increased my PR. It was 235 and now it's like 255. And I did my PR when I was like fasted. Like I didn't eat for like 12 hours and I just hit my PR. I felt so good. I wasn't even starving. It's amazing. So once again, as I said, start moving those gears inside your mind to find out different solutions to stop gluttony, to stop overeating, so that you can feel better, so that you can also show that you can actually like control yourself. Because if you can, when you can control yourself, people love that, and you will love yourself more. Anyways, have a nice day. If you want to talk about some things, go ahead, click that first link in the description below. It's just a free call with me. It don't even take that long. And like and subscribe if you like videos like these. And I'm out of here. Have a nice day.